Hi guys, it's Ariel here from Fix My Books, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a payment with the CRA, specifically corporate tax installments. So let's get started. There's a lot of ways to make the corporate tax installment payments, so I'll just go through them one by one. But I'll only be going through the online options. I will not be going through obviously like the in-person options or anything like that. So first things first would be the online banking. You would have something like that with your bank. So like RBC, if you do like RBC business, they have an area that would say like tax filing services, and then you can use that to pay the CRA. So next would be the CRA one-time payment, which is this My Payment by the CRA. This is the easiest way to pay the CRA, in my opinion. You don't need to log into an account or anything like that. Literally, you just go online, pay with a debit card, etc. Super easy. Next would be the CRA account payment. So you would have to go into your CRA account or My Business account or Represent Client account and set this up. So a lot of people don't know their login. That's why I said this a bit harder. So if you know your login, you can do this using your account. If you don't know your login, just use the My Payment. It's easy. So with this one, you can only do like pre-authorized debits, like scheduled withdrawals. You cannot pay like using credit card, and I think maybe debit card you can, but I'm not super sure about that. Obviously, this one is direct to counter at an ATM, Canada Post, or third-party service providers, or credit card payment using a third-party service provider. So when we talk about third-party service provider, that would be something like plastic, like this, or the Pay Simply. So Pay Simply is super easy to use. You can use it with a credit card, but there is a processing fee. You can use your PayPal, but again, with a processing fee. And I'm pretty sure plastic also has like a processing fee. But this Pay Simply is the way that like I've paid before. I haven't used plastic, but when I say third party, this is what I mean by third party service. So I will link this page down below so that you guys can always go back to this page. But obviously, you can always pay, via check or something like that, or wire transfer cash. But again, we're just going to go through the online payments because I'm pretty sure 99% of people would just be paying online. So with that said, let's get started and let's go through the My Payment service. I'm not going to go through the online banking because this depends on what your bank is. It's going to be different for every bank, so I can't really show you guys that. But let's say we're going to go through the CRA's My Payment service. This is what that looks like. And then I will also show you guys that there's actually a page in your T2 corporate tax return where you're going to get the amounts for the installment payments. Okay, so let me just pull that up now. This would be it. Perfect. There we go. So let's say this would be I think page 19 or something, somewhere along those lines. But this is what it would look like. Obviously, this is a fictitious company, ABC Company Inc., fake business number, fake year end, just made up numbers. But this is what it's gonna look like. Okay, so you see how there's a date and then the installment amount. So just follow that. So again, if you're using the CRA's My Payment service, you will have to do this like 4 times. You can log in each time and only schedule one payment. If you're doing this via your CRA My Business account or even using your online banking, like for me, I use my RBC online banking and I do this, right? So if I have to make installment payments, I schedule it all in one go, all 4 for the year, so I never have to go in and do this again. But again, okay, we're going to do the CRA's My Payment Service. You're going to need the same information, by the way, for any of these services. So even if we go through Pay Simply, I can show you that as well. So let's do My Payment Service and then let's go through Pay Simply after. So obviously, as a business, we're going to pay the corporate income tax, okay? Even if it's installment payments, it's installment payments for your corporate income tax, okay? So it's asking you set payment on filing, interim, or amount owing. A lot of people get tripped up by this. Don't worry. Don't be scared. Honestly, anything you pick anyways will go towards your corporate tax account based on your business number. But if you want to be super specific, the correct one is interim. And then you can just ask this, say, okay, make an installment payment. There we go. So we'll click interim and then follow the account number. I'm not sure if you can see it up there. It's obviously fictitious, but okay, follow this business number, copy that, RC0001, so we'll follow it 0001. And then the period end for this, okay, is this one, period end. So our year end was 2025, June 30. This is the T2 corporate tax installment for that. So the estimated federal tax installments that you need to make is for next year. So it would be the 2026. So this would be the period end. So even if you have an extra installment here, this is the period end. Okay, so we're gonna say 2026 June 30. And then the amount required would be obviously 7121. Okay. And then click next. I'm not sure if it's going to let me. Okay. So it's invalid because it's a made up business number. But you just click next and then you follow the prompts saying, how would you like to pay, etc. That would be it. But in terms of the info that you would need to make this payment, that would be that. Okay, so now let's try it with Pay Simply. So you see how it looks like with a third-party service. So we're going to pay business taxes. And then you can see it right here. It says installment payment. But if you don't know, you can just put installment payment there, interim. And then because they are a third party, they would need our email, our business name, business number. So let's just enter those details. 0001. End of period, again, 2026, 0630. It knows that my business number is a lie. So June 2026, 30. Then payment amount again is 7121. And then business name would be ABC Company. Okay. And then email, obviously enter your email so you would get probably like a reminder or something or like a receipt. And then payment options. Again, you have different payment options that you could do, the credit card, etc. But you can see these are just the three things that you would need. Really, the business number, the end of period, and the payment amount. No matter if you're paying it with the CRA, with the third-party provider, or even like your bank, it would be the same thing. So that would be it. Again, this page is going to be a page in your T2 corporate tax return, probably way down. So like you can see it said page 19 of 71. So that's probably somewhere there. Look around that area. It's not the same with each tax return, but around that area would be the same. Okay. So I hope you guys like this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions on how to make the corporate tax installment payments with the CRA. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.